I'm sat on 3 cushions, so I'm higher up. And getting to and from like anything right now is an obstacle course.
Oh,
an
same.
actual obstacle course.
Same. I love that you've done all of that effort and I've not. Welcome to Best Friend Review! I'm Annabelle Lecter.
And I'm Philth.
And we're going to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race USA. Let's get to the reviewing! What?
Oh, it's broken.
Oh no!
This is not RuPaul's Best Friend
Review. The queens come into the workroom. We are gonna tits and shits these entrance looks. Maybe with a tiny little comment.
The tits is good. Pure shit, bad.
First up, Alyssa Hunter.
I thought this was shit.
I said tits.
Bosco came in next. What did you think of Bosco?
I thought this was tits.
Yeah, I went tits.
Yeah. Cornbread.
Tits, tits, tits. This was my top tits.
Next up, Willow Pill.
I went tits.
I thought this was so irreverent. It was tits for me.
Next up, Kerry Colby.
Soft tit.
I always say, please come in something basic enough you can do whatever stupid photo shoot they want you to.
Yeah.
I didn't love it, but I was like, yeah, cool, you're allowed. You're allowed because I've let other people in.
June Jambalaya. Awful.
Big shot on the floor. Big shot on the floor.
I'm 7 minutes into the episode and I've already gone, boo.
Oh my God.
Flatline with June Jambalaya. Which is such a 180 from our Meet the Queens.
Not for me.
Which you can watch here.
You didn't know how to do that.
Because I've learned how to do it.
Finally, walking into the workroom is a Ryan story. What did you think?
A soft tit.
Oh, I just went shit. I just wasn't into it.
Did you get the vibe that it's going to be very, like, classic drag versus new school drag? This beginning, when they were just sussing each other out, I was like, this is going to be the theme of the season. What
I'm getting from it very much is that Cornbread is very much in the middle of those two camps.
Yeah.
After I've seen all these... Oh, let me just scratch my nose with Runway. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I can't scratch the bit that's actually itchy. This hand is doing this for a bit. Oh. I have to say, at this point in the thing, dislike Alyssa Hunter. She spends like the first at least half, if not full episode, concerned about what other people can't do instead of paying attention to her own stuff.
Yeah.
It's very pageant. It's very notice all the weaknesses.
Yeah. We get Ru coming in. We know that it's going to be a double opener. If this is a fake out elimination, I am done with this season. Like, I will just not watch. So, yes.
Oh my God.
We have a mini challenge. They are on the spin the wheel.
I thought this was such a half-baked idea.
I thought this was fun. It made me laugh. It made me want to see more of Cornbread.
We're getting a lot of Cornbread pushed on us. It makes me nervous because, like, at the moment, I'm like, yes, do it because I want it. But sometimes when they do that, you get halfway in and you're like, I can't listen to this queen.
I'm concerned that it means we're not going to have the opportunity to see a lot of Cornbread later on in the season. I actually started warming a little bit to Bosco in this.
What is going on with us, Annabelle Lecter? We're not on the same page.
What?
And I just kept feeling like, is she trying too hard? And I even wrote on my page, was Annabelle right? Next up, we had a walkthrough with Ru, or maybe more of like a Ru making people recap the trauma that got them onto the show in lots of ways. What's your relationship with your mum? What's your chronic illness? What do you do with this? How have you fucked up with your life? Like, it was really messy.
I learned in this little section who was going to do well and who was going to do badly in this talent show. I'd like to talk about a moment in this episode where I felt personally victimised, and it's this RuPaul number. I very rarely skip something on Drag Race. I skipped this. Let's move on to this talent show.
Yeah.
First up was June Jambalaya.
I thought this felt like she hadn't had a dress rehearsal. I also, and I've said this before, I said it about Gia actually. When people do certain types of cultural dance in the fitting cultural costume, they often don't strive to make it draggy. This wasn't taken to a level of drag, and it definitely wasn't heightened in any way. The second queen up was Bosco. What did you think of Bosco?
I just wish, and it's a nerves thing because I do it when I'm nervous, I wish she'd slowed down a little bit.
Before watching it, I knew who the costume designer was on this.
Oh.
And because of that, it really marred my interest in it, because actually, for 99% of this, all that was actually impressive about the performance was the costume of it.
Next up, was Alyssa Hunter.
Did you notice, and I only bring this up because they comment on other people with this, did you notice how bad her padding was? I don't know what she came into this thing thinking like she was going to show the judges.
Yeah.
Next up is Kerry Colby.
Yeah, doing jump rope. I thought this was cute. I kind of wish that the rope was a little bit more visible. Other than that, this was like, I'm glad that it wasn't just a lip sync and it was something fun with a bit of a gimmick. Next up was Orion Story.
Yeah. This was followed by Cornbread.
This is what I mean by playing to your strengths. Cornbread is funny. She's got that whole, like, she just, the best facial expressions. You know, she could move as well. Like, I thought she really kind of hammered this. And doing an original song was a smart idea.
Why wasn't this live? None of these talents made me go, my God, this person has a big talent.
Right, okay. I
wanted high school talent show. I wanted Alyssa Hunter to come out and play a guitar. I wanted Thingy to come out and rap. I wanted someone to come out and tap dance. I wanted someone to come and play the glock. I'd be there playing the glockenspiel.
We can't mention tap dancing because Blair St. Clair. We
I forgot about that.
Can't mention it 3 times.
Drinking my way into dementia.
I loved this. And my favourite thing was Mel Ginsberg on the side of the milk bottle.
I mean, it was also smart just in case to go out there and do the original song so you can sell a few copies.
Very true.
If Kerry Colby had done that, maybe she could have afforded 2 looks for the promo.
Last is Willow Pill. First things first, I have to say it. Is Willow Pill gonna be the thing that happens the whole season? And if so, I need Willow to get eliminated very early.
I also have a thing that I feel like I need to say before we get into, like, actual Willow stuff.
Yeah.
Is, you know damn well, Thorgy Thor sat at home going, how did she get a bathtub? I couldn't get a cauldron or even like a witch's hat for being fucking Stevie Nicks. And all these girls with like their licensed music.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yes. And also, do you think Cornbread got paid for use of her song in the episode?
Answers in the comments.
That's what we want to know.
What did you think of Willow's talent?
I thought it was really refreshing in like a weird way.
Yeah.
I didn't look as deeply into it as RuPaul appeared to, but I just thought there's something weird going on here, and I felt so open to it.
For me, I wasn't with it until we got to the toaster, and then I was like, okay, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're back to normal. So.
Oh my God, I've had so much caffeine I can see like everything's in HD.
Ping.
Signature, show-stopping, drag,
yes.
Runway.
We're going to do a tits and shit. June Jambalaya is first on the runway.
Oh, I give her a soft shit, which is not as bad as a shit, but sounds worse than a shit. This felt very something you order on Wish.
It didn't fare well either. Like...
No.
Yes.
No. But following up June was Bosco. What did you think?
I said tits.
I said tits.
Next up, Alyssa Hunter.
I wrote tits, but I feel very meh about it.
I was the same.
Kerry Colby.
I don't know. I didn't love it. No. I didn't hate it.
No.
Next up was Orion Story.
Meh.
Yeah, I didn't love this.
I really hope she goes in this episode.
Let's move on anyway. Let's go to Cornbread.
Yeah, tits.
I said tits.
Finally was Willow Pill.
I enjoyed this. Didn't feel show-stopping.
I think because no one's was massively show-stopping, I sort of went, I at least like her.
Yeah. Was there anything in the critiques that kind of stood out to you?
In this episode, we were seeing a setup for Cornbread and Willow top 2. We know what they do. They try and play on whatever went well last season, rather.
Yeah.
And in last season, something that went really well was the top 4 all loved each other.
Yeah.
So they're going to do this whole, these 2 are in the top, and they really respect each other. And obviously she's funny, but also like, we love this underdog that's a bit kooky.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. Woo woo!
Yeah, and it'll depend what happens when they all come together. Will like show us a bit more, obviously.
Yeah.
But for now, we thought that potentially Willow was going to get like an Evie. This person is sick, and also they don't do very expensive drag and blah blah blah, but they're great. I'm getting more of like a Jinx Monsoon storyline.
Bosco, Willow, Kerry, safe. Cornbread is the winner. June and Ryan lip sync to Water Me by Lizzo.
Would you have put them in the bottom two?
I would have put all three of them in the bottom, like lip syncing. I don't think any of them proved in any of this episode that they really have the fight or the ability to be in this competition.
When they said it's definitely, it's obviously June in the bottom, all I remembered was that podcast of RuPaul's saying about Pearl, I want to slap Pearl, but I know that she's an attractive guy and she will get good views and we want to keep her in.
Yeah. I honestly could have put any of these three in the bottom.
All of my trauma is going, forget about Alyssa Hunter.
Well, on that note, that was episode 1 of Best Friend Review. Let us know in the comments what your favourite talent of the week was, what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Thank you to everybody that watched last week's as well. Last week's episode. That's last week's.
Last week's episode from 3 weeks ago. It was great of you to watch that.
The Meet the Queens video. Thank you to everybody that watched. I know that a lot of new people watched that as well.
Love that.
Yeah. But for now, I've been Annabelle Lecter.
And I've been Phil.
And this has been Best Friend Review. We'll see you in a bit. Ta-da! I can't find the button. Oh.
I thought you were going to say I can't find the note. Anyway.
Rude.